Hey, Coach, you ready for us?
Ready, Brett.
All right, we'll kick it off with Herbie Top. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Coach. Zane Anderson has had a couple of infractions over the last two games to close out the regular season, and probably he might be too jacked up because he's a rookie. But how do you kind of temper that enthusiasm so a rookie will play disciplined and not have those kinds of errors, which could potentially be game changing errors as the postseason progresses?
Right. We talked about those. The thing about Zane, he's playing hard as he can possibly play. He's got to play a little smarter in some spots, obviously. But I still love the guy. The holding call that happened 2 weeks ago. I mean, that could have happened to anybody on the field. I mean, that could have been called. It could not have been called. And then the block or the running into the kicker, that was he was 2 inches away from being the hero of the game. I mean, that's the way I look at it. I mean, he comes clean. He does everything right. He probably just he false stepped a little bit, didn't get there early enough, but he was 2 inches away from blocking that punt, scooping and scoring. And now it's 14-0 with a block punt. They have no life at all. Now it didn't happen that way, right? We rough them, that gives them a little bit of life. So, there's a fine line. You have to, you want to stay aggressive as a special teams coach, and as a team, you want to try to make a play, but you also, when you got to realize, when you got there early enough, to be able to just take it off the foot, and then when you got to get there late enough to where you have to pull off. So, there's a fine line there, but I don't want to slow him down, by any means, by turning him into a passive guy because worried about making a mistake. I want him to stay aggressive, and I want him to get the block next time. I mean, no false step, get there early enough, get the block so we can get a scoop and score and help our football team.
Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Dave. A couple things. Herb kind of stole my question a little bit about Zane Anderson, but curious what your message is to him, a young guy who's still trying to learn. So
Yeah.
what's your teaching points been in the last couple of weeks to him? And Brad, I'll have a second question as well.
Well, my teaching point is simple. It's don't let one bad play, mess up the next play. You got to forget it. I mean, if one bad play happens, you got to come in the next play and execute the next play at 100%, and be where you're supposed to be on the field, do your job. I mean, those are things that we try to coach. I mean, mistakes are going to happen. I mean, especially with a young kid like that. But we still love him. We still love the kid. He's a good player. He's going to help us down the road in the future. He's going to help us in the playoffs. We're not down on Zane by any means.
Yeah. So what tells you about him that he's going to make a play, as you suggest?
Because we see him in a practice every day. We see his speed. I mean, we saw it on the field. I mean, he's made plays for us. While he's been in there, he's good plays. I mean, running down kick returners from behind. I mean, his speed, his size. He's got a great combination of those two things, and he's got the right temperament. I mean, he is not afraid now. And we just gotta get it under control a little bit more. Just be a little bit smarter in some spots. But he's going to be a good football player for us.
Let's go next to Todd Palmer. Go, Todd.
Hey, Coach. I just wanted to real quick get your thoughts on Ray McLeod. He's a guy who had a decent showing, one of the few bright spots in that December 26th game. Is he a potential difference maker for Pittsburgh on Sunday?
Yes, he is. He's definitely a guy that we respect. We feel, and we talked about this, like he's gotten better every game, as a punt returner and a kick returner. Every game you watch, he's getting a little bit more confident, and he hits it 90 miles an hour. He's a tough guy to tackle. He's got great balance, and he's got really good vision. That's the thing that he's, really good at is on kickoff return. He can find the hole. So, we have to be careful. We got to pick our spots, when to kick to him, when not to kick to him. We respect him for sure, and we have to be at our best, to get him under control.
We'll go last to Pete Sweeney. Go, Pete.
Coach, in Tommy's game of the week, he made a point of it to mention Chris Lamons. I know he was designated to return. Do you anticipate his return, and just how much of a boost could that be for the postseason?
Lamons is a really good player for us. I mean, he's a four-phase starter. He's obviously our starting gunner. Him and Kemp, having them both in there, makes a difference. I know he's still working to get back. We're not sure if he's going to get back this week or not, but he's working hard at it, and he's a guy we're missing right now. But we have other guys that are going to step up. And we have a lot of guys not only on our team but on our practice squad that we can elevate. for any game, going forward during the playoffs. So we feel pretty good about that.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, thanks. Take care.